guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and today I was asked to guest design and join my friends Miranda and Laura, who are doing a video a day scrap madness in the month of March. And so I am joining them today, and I wanted to give myself a challenge. So I have this My Mind's Eye Palm Beach paper collection, and it has the papers and the sticker sheet. And so I challenged myself to create primarily with just this little kit. So this is something that I picked up, I think, on clearance at Hobby Lobby, where you can get all kinds of sets of paper and stickers. But they don't necessarily have a lot of embellishments or other things. So I wanted to kind of challenge myself to create a layout with just this stuff. And I do add a couple of little embellishments later. But what I wanted to do was to create this kind of line through the middle of, or the top portion, I guess, of my layout. And so I cut a bunch of strips of pattern paper, and they are like 4.5 inches long and 2 inches wide. And then I have my photo, which is a 3 by 4.5, because 4 was just a little bit too small. So I left the strips and the photo 4.5 tall instead. And then all my little pattern papers there are just 2-inch strips. And I really like kind of how this leads you across the page and to the photo. And so I'm going to be playing a lot in this layout with kind of the lines and how you can use your supplies, even if you're not using tons and tons of supplies, to kind of lead your eye to where you want it to go. So in this case, I am wanting to lead my eye, or the viewer's eye, across the page to my photo, and then across the page to my title. And so I'm starting out with a very linear, kind of horizontal setup for that. And then it's going to go in a little bit different direction when I add my embellishing. So I'm going to talk to you kind of about where and why I place those things. So I started out on the bottom, and I'm adding some little strips of each of my pattern papers that I used at the top of the layout as well. And I'm going to put them in kind of like a brick format. So they're going to be different lengths, and then all kind of meet up together. And so I have those 4 in these little brick format kind of here on the bottom, and that's going to lead you to my title. And so then when I go to put in my embellishing, I want to emphasize the placement of my photo. And so the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to create a diagonal line that goes from the top left to the bottom right of my photo. So I added a palm frond, and then I took 2 of the little tropical flowers and added them on dimensional adhesive in the opposite corners, because everything else in this layout is so linear. That diagonal element right around my photo is going to make your eye immediately go there. So everything else being very linear brings your eye to that spot. So now the same thing is going to be true down in this bottom kind of cluster I have going on. All of my linear elements are leading you to the title, which is just going to say Tropical Princess. And so this is where I did pull out a little bit of embellishing that came from something different. So I'm using these little thicker foam hearts, and then I have that word princess. And I'm arranging those in that same kind of fashion. So I'm putting them right on that diagonal through my photo, so that your eye is going to immediately go there if you're seeing this layout for the first time. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some Scrap and Happy Studio epoxy flare, and I'm going to add 1 of each of those to my embellishment clusters as well. And I am still keeping everything right on that diagonal like I was talking about before. So I've got a little heart that's going to go in that top cluster, and then the bottom cluster is just going to have the word relax. And that's also going to help your eye move through, because I'm putting that bright white on top of the pattern paper. It kind of makes you want to make your eye want to head in that direction. I am going to add just a little bit of gold Heidi Shine or Heidi Swap Color Shine to across that diagonal to those 2 clusters, and then just a little bit around my title as well. And then I'm going to come back in with some enamel dots. So I have some that are hexagons and then some that are just regular circles, and I'm adding 3 of those to each of my 3 clusters. So I am considering my title to kind of be the 3rd cluster down here. And it's over on that left side, because if you look at where the diagonal is for my embellishment clusters around my photo, they're more heavy on the right side of the layout. So then adding my title as an embellishment cluster on the left kind of balances everything out. And you can follow that diagonal right through the photo and then the horizontal across the bottom right back to the title. And so that's just kind of a little peek into why I put things where I did and what I was thinking. Do make sure you stop by and check out Laura and Miranda's videos today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.